Good morning. It is the 6th of August. I'm running on like four hours sleep. Today was supposed to be a day of getting a load of stuff done, and I still want to try and do that, but I want to keep in mind that I've had 4 hours of sleep and it's okay if it doesn't go to plan. I've done what is now quickly becoming the traditional me move, which is to plan a load of things in the week, have a couple of days that don't quite work out, and it all gets shoved into the weekend. We're basically alternating busy weekends this month. Next weekend we're doing a lot of social engagements, and then the weekend after that we've got back at home, and then again the weekend after that we're away and doing stuff. So I want to try and get through as much as I can today. It is currently just coming up to 9. The first thing we're going to go do, and I'm going to take you with me today because I'm going to try and integrate more of what I actually do in my day rather than just having you watch the same clip of me writing. And we're going to go on leaf watch. Since we've moved and we've got the garden, a couple of weeks ago I got some little planter things to plant some salady food. So there's lettuce in there, there's spinach, there's, wow I'm tired, pak choy and mizuna, which I may be pronouncing incorrectly. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go and see whether that needs watering. And then we're going to contemplate a coffee. But I think coffee is part of the reason why I've not been sleeping correctly. I feel like I'm not able to get to sleep because I've been caffeinating myself too much. While we were sorting out the move, over the 6 months it took to get it all sorted, I was saving up for a proper espresso machine. And while I have a caffeinated one and a decaffeinated one, I don't think my body is yet used to the amount of caffeinated shots I'm actually giving it in a day at the moment. So I think I'm ready to pull back and just try and manage on whatever lack of caffeine I currently have, just to give myself the best shot at being able to sleep tonight. Currently I've got a bunch of things on my Saturday and my Sunday lists. So when I come back from Leaf Watch, as I've been calling it every lunchtime when I go out, I will probably start looking at planning out, actually, is it achievable? Do I have too many slots that say do an hour of this to actually do it today? But we'll see how that goes. I don't think we've got anywhere else to go. My plan though is to try and do as much today as possible, even while I'm feeling like this, unless it really doesn't work, to allow myself to have tomorrow just completely calm. If I can't get through today and I am knackered and it does need sleep, then I will try and switch that. But I like trying to have at least one day of the weekend when we are home where there's maybe a few bits and pieces to do, but it might be putting on a load of laundry or something a bit lighter. But I do have a lot of stuff on, some of which I will be showing you guys in depth, and some of it will probably just be shots of stuff. So, but I do another YouTube channel, so I do editing for that. Now that I've moved into here, I also have access to my piano, which I will probably be trying to do some practice on, but I will not be letting you hear the audio of because I haven't done it properly in maybe 6 months, maybe 9 months, actually properly practicing it. So it's sketchy at best. But yes, let's go and do leaf watch and go see if I need to water the plants, and then we will try and plan out the day. There is still lots of mess behind me. We're still going with the, just because it's not ready right now doesn't mean we stop everything to sort out the room. At some point I will have to do that, but I know I can get lost in that rabbit hole very quickly. So currently having a glance through on my Saturday list, I've got about 6.5 hours of things that have specific times to them, and about 3 hours of that kind of stuff on Sunday. There's other things peppered in. For example, I've got an hour planned in to do Space Pirates outlining, but I also have the phrase read a book. I've got a couple of emails to send about house stuff and so on and so forth. I have watered the plants and now it is time to water me, and I think another reason I've not been sleeping right is I've not been looking after myself in any way, shape or form properly. So this is 2 litres of water, and considering we are apparently going to go back into a heatwave soon, I'm going to try and drink all of that today so I don't dehydrate myself. I do apologise if I'm talking quickly or not talking clearly enough, or I have to boost this audio a huge amount. I'm just so tired, my mouth isn't ready to work yet. It doesn't want to do this. I want to kick it in gear and just try and see what I can do. I have opted against coffee, even a decaf one just yet. We may get a decaf one a little bit later. but for now we're going to hold back on the caffeine. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete the old plan in today because I have currently not stuck to it already, and have a look about rearranging some of these time slots of things and see what I can do, see what I want to do. Probably going to regret this positioning a lot because that's incredibly bright. It is just past 11. I've done 3 sprints and I've not written them down properly. I've done 3 20-minute sprints. All of them have been on the Space Pirates outline, and I'm now at kind of the midpoint. I don't know if it feels like the right midpoint. I don't know if anyone else has had this when you're outlining and you're like, okay, the midpoint needs to be like an actual like cool moment. I need to raise the stakes at this point and I don't quite feel like I'm there yet. I also, one of the things that I do like about my process is after I've done the discovery 0 draft things, or in this case that, and then done it again, I know the characters a little bit more now. But the problem I'm finding is that means I'm writing myself into corners because I've basically written a part of the book which has the 2 of the characters that she's meeting. Part of the stakes of this is that they don't trust her in the slightest, or at least one of them doesn't and one of them does, and that's kind of the tension for a lot of the book, is the idea of trying to win over the other person. Kind of wrapped that up in the first half of the book, which would be okay, but it doesn't feel strong enough for everything they're going to deal with. I need to have some funks about that, but for now I'm going to take a break from it and I'm going to go on to what am I going on to? I'm going to go on some AuthorTube editing and do some editing. I think I'm also going to try and put a timer video up, which I think I have exported. I think it's ready. I think I just need to actually put it up on YouTube. So let's see what we need to do. So if I can get that in the first 20-minute sprint, then the second one can be editing this vlog and getting a bit ahead of myself, which would be ideal. It is about 12 o'clock. I have got myself a bagel and some apple slices. Done about an hour on the AuthorTube editing. I've kind of annoyed myself. I have too much footage of like just 2 days where I did very little writing, but I blathered on apparently, to kind of add this to it, which was the plan. It was supposed to be like a week vlog with a little bit of what I'd missed in July. So I think the previous one is going to have to be its own video, and then this is going to have to be its own video. So this is becoming more of a gist go through the day video than it is a specific writing vlog, which I don't mind too much. Hopefully you guys don't. If you do, let me know. So I'm going to take a quick break to eat some of that, and then we're going to try and do some Sims tube editing. I am starting to feel all of the will to do stuff draining out of me, but I'm hoping that the food will help. Hoping that a food and a little bit of a break will just give me just enough to recuperate slightly from it, and then we can get on to some normal Sims editing and try and get a video out today, because it's supposed to go out today. I mean, it was supposed to go out last week, but yeah, today is supposed to be my upload day, which hasn't happened in a long time, so I need to shove everything down a week by the looks of it. But I will deal with that in a minute. I'm going to eat first and then we'll get to it. So it is about 1:30 now. I took my break and did some Sims editing, and rather than doing 20-minute sprints, I just did the full 60 minutes through. I don't know how. I did that and I got the video actually done. So it needs to be exported, which basically stops my computer from doing anything. So I'm going to hold off just yet on that. Although the next thing I was supposed to be doing was piano stuff. So theoretically I could kick it off now, couldn't I? And then a very late lunch, because that bagel just hit the spot. Okay, I'm going to kick off the exporting then, and then it's time for, well, I'm going to have to tidy around the piano first, because because I made a mess of things. And then it will be piano, guitar, kind of music-y work for an hour, which would be nice. Or again, it'll be 2 20-minute sprints, so if I do 40 minutes through again, I will call it early. It is 4:45. I'm surprised that I carried on this long. Where was I last? I think I last verbally checked in when I was doing some music. Then me and my partner went to go for a bit of a walk and we had some food and watched a little bit of, I think we finished off season 3 of Love, Death and Robots. We were way behind on. And then I've come back up here. I came up back about 4 and I've done a load more of my Sims editing, but I am done now. I'm well and truly done. Considering the lack of sleep I had last night, I've essentially done a 9 to 5 with a few extra breaks here and there. So I'm taking it as a win. I fell a little bit short of what I was aiming to do, and I feel like if I had had a little bit more sleep, I might have been able to manage this, but it's just not gonna work today. I'm just not here enough for it. So gonna rest, and then I might pick up a couple of bits tomorrow, maybe. Probably not. But with all that being said, thank you so much for joining me today. I realised that in my last video I hadn't said anything about like people's camps, so let me know how that went for you and how you're recovering from them, because I feel like, because I didn't do very much in the way of July, usually if I do a NaNoWriMo or a camp pretty strongly, the next month is pretty much nothing happens. So let me know if you're struggling to get back into routines again outside of the July camp. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I've been Nikki Star, and I will see you in the next one.